Hi guys, it's Double O Dead Z here, king of PlayStation nostalgia and a lover of all things geeky here on YouTube. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys all of the game pickups that I've got this month. So in the comment section down below, I want to know from you guys out there, what new games have you been playing or have you been buying? So this month I've really treated myself, and the first thing I want to show you is my Nintendo Switch Lite. I've been after one of these bad boys for a really long time, and I picked this up off Facebook Marketplace second hand for 140 quid with a game. It's still boxed and the box is in perfect condition. The console itself just looks absolutely brand new, like it's never been used. I also picked up a carry case because I'm going to be playing the Switch at night because I do like night shifts. So yeah, that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun playing that. And I also got free with this Switch, I got a Pokemon Sword Yo. Now I've been really hyped to play the new Pokemon games and I hadn't had a Switch. I want to get like, what is it, like Go Pikachu and Sword and Shield and the remakes of like Pearl and Diamond and like Snap, and there's a couple of games out there that I really want to check out, and I got it in like yellow, and yes, I absolutely love like yellow handheld consoles. So let me show you guys all of the horror games that I picked up on the PlayStation 4 this month. First up I picked up was Resident Evil 8, yo. Chris Redfield's back, Ethan Weathers is back, big-titted goth vampire lady, she's here. Yeah, and this is a continuation of like Resident Evil 7. I don't know how I feel about this game from what I've seen about it, how it ties into the original Resident Evil and Spencer, and you know, werewolves and vampire creatures and dudes that control magnetism. I mean, it's not the Resident Evil that I grew up on and the Resident Evil that I love, but I am a big Resident Evil fan, and I am gonna like do a first impressions or maybe a full let's play on this game, because I am going to be playing every single Resident Evil game on this channel. So comment section down below, let me know what you thought of Resident Evil 8. I know a lot of people loved it. Next I picked up was The Order 1886. This is set in like Victorian London, another game with like vampires. This is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and it was one of the very first PS4 exclusives to come out. It's absolutely dirt cheap. I think I picked it up for about £5. You know, cost me next to nothing. I've heard it's short, but a good game. So, you know, I know it got a lot of slack because I think it's about a 6 to 8 hour game, which, you know, I might do a let's play at this because it's quite a short game, so, you know, it wouldn't take a great deal of effort. And next up, I got Song of Horror, yo. Woo! The deluxe edition. This bad boy. This is like an indie survival horror game. It goes back to classic survival horror roots. It's very much inspired by Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So yes, this sounds right up my street. I also want to pick up Tortured Souls because I've heard that these are the two big like survival horror games you need to like pick up on the end of the generation. And yeah, this one comes with like an art book. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving the case. I mean, I'm really excited to check this game out. I've heard real good things about it. It looks scary. So this is definitely going to have to get some kind of video on it. So on the PlayStation 4, I picked up Left Alive, Metal Gear Solid Survive, as well as Shenmue 3. Left Alive is like this mecha invasion like war, and I wanted to pick this up because it really looked like Metal Gear Solid from the artwork. I've heard this game is absolutely just terrible. It's not very good and it's like broken, but you know, I might even just keep that sealed because it might become like a cult classic one day. I'm not too sure whether I want to open it up or not. Metal Gear Solid Survive is kind of like Konami's like cash in from Metal Gear Solid 5. Maybe they just wanted to make a bit more money. This has got like zombies in it, and it's sort of like a team survival online kind of like game mode. You know, and I don't know if I really want to play it, but I love Metal Gear Solid, the franchise, so it's something I need to have in my Metal Gear Solid collection. And then next up is Shenmue 3. Shenmue 3, the legend, you know, continues. I've always wanted to play the Shenmue games. Even back on like the Dreamcast, and they were just like astronomically priced, and I just couldn't justify paying I think like 120 quid for part 1 and part 2 like each. And then I picked them up when they came out and they did like the HD remasters. I've heard that Shenmue 3 isn't very good, in all honesty, from what I hear, and I know this was like come off of like a Kickstarter and the fans weren't very happy, but at some point I will get round to doing all 3 Shenmue games. Konnichiwa! So from the land of the rising sun, the PS4 games I picked up. First up I picked up was Lost Judgment. This is done by the guy at the studio that did the Yakuza games, and I absolutely love the Yakuza franchise. It is hype. It's one of the most, well, I'd like to say it's one of the most underrated series out there, but I think that, you know, a lot of people are on the hype train now and they absolutely love the series. You can do so much. Great characters, great stories. This one follows a detective, so you're a cop instead of a Yakuza gangster, Kiryu, this time round. Yeah, haven't played The Lost Judgment or Judgment yet, so looking forward to seeing what the difference is between those two. And then next up I got was, woohoo, Catherine, the full body experience. I got the Steelbook, like launch edition. I got this from CEX for £18, and I thought, I've always wanted to play it, and I thought, wow, this is the Steelbook with the cover. It's in great condition. I had to pick it up. It's done by Atlus. Anything that's like Atlus just skyrockets in price at some point. All of the Persona games and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I know this is meant to be like a real hard, like, sort of like puzzle, sort of like game, sort of party gamey, puzzly sort of like thing. With like a kind of a cool, wacky anime kind of storyline. Yeah, I always wanted to play it back on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So now, yes, I'm going to play the HD or the upgraded version of it, whatever this is, of Catherine. So let me show you all of the Team Green games that I picked up this month. It's the Xbox. First up I got was Alice Madness Returns. This is made by American McGee, and I did actually play American McGee's Alice back on the PC very, very long time ago, and I've seen this game nearly completed once with one of my friends played it, and I've always wanted to play this game. I wanted to pick it up because it's one of those like horror games that's going to skyrocket in price, I'm sure, within the next few years, and it'll become quite difficult to get hold of. It's like a nightmarish, twisted version of Alice in Wonderland, sort of like platformy kind of like game. Looks real cool. Yeah, can't wait to play this one. Next up I got was Rise, Son of Rome. This is one of the very first Xbox One exclusives that came out. And I don't know, a lot of people didn't say great things about it, but it cost me £2.50 and I want to get all the Xbox One exclusives. Yeah, because there aren't many games on the Xbox One. Next up, we got Quantum Break. Yo, this game, I always had my eye on this game and I really wanted to play it. I know it's got like a lot of Hollywood actors in it. It's very storyline driven. It's kind of like a superhero sort of movie. It's brought to us by Remedy Games, who, you know, basically make a lot of really great games in all honesty. Yeah, and this is another Xbox One exclusive. It cost me $2.99. I've been waiting for this game to go down in price for a really long time, and I thought, that's an absolute bargain. Have to pick this bad boy up. Yo, come on now. $2.99. So the next console that I picked up was, I picked up a PlayStation Vita. I got this off Facebook Marketplace and this cost me 125 quid and it is fully modded. It's got tons of mods on it. We've got like RetroArch on there, Adrenaline. There's loads of different ones where I can basically like a homebrew where I can download like any Vita game onto it. It's got PlayStation Vita games on there, PSP games, PlayStation 1 games. It's also got Persona 4 Golden, which I'm really hyped to play. I really want to play Persona 4 Golden and then play Persona 5. I'm really hyped for that. This little thing is an absolute gem. So moving on to some PlayStation 2 pickups. Now, I love my PlayStation 2 games as well as my PlayStation 2 horror games. First up I got was Shadow Hearts From the New World. I believe this is like part 3 in the Shadow Hearts like trilogy. I know it's linked to Kodalka, the PlayStation 1 game, and yeah, so I really want to play this. So basically it's like a horror JRPG style game, if you don't know what Kodalka is. So yeah, I think there's like Shadow Hearts Covenant is it, and I believe this is the third part. So I'm definitely going to be like knocking out the Shadow Hearts games. I've heard they're really, really good, quite like underrated, and you know, I love my horrors, so you know, well, you know, I've got to play some. Yo! Picked up some Clock Tower 3, yo. I really need to do this game for some like YouTube videos because I'm going to be doing a video on Clock Tower as well as a video on Haunting Ground. So I really needed that sort of like bridge in between those two games, and that is Clock Tower 3. This is brought to us by Capcom, and it's a lot like Haunting Ground, if you've never actually played Haunting Ground, where it's you're getting chased by like a pursuer. So it's kind of like a modern version of the old school Clock Tower games. Yeah, so I really want to play it. I'm really, really excited for this. This game has just been blowing up in price. I looked at it and I thought, oh, it was like 24 quid a couple of months ago. And I thought, yeah, I'll pick up Clock Tower 3 at some point. And then when it goes, oh, I'm going to pick up Clock Tower, it like blew up to like £50. I picked it up for 35 quid. I was like really lucky on the price. But this thing is just going up and going up in price, along with like the Siren games, which I'm hoping that I'm going to pick up soon. But yes, comment section down below. Let me know what are your thoughts on Clock Tower 3. Yes, a classic horror on the PlayStation 2. Next up, we've got, let me put this down, Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2. Arguably, from what I've heard, the worst Resident Evil game in the entire franchise, even worse than Gun Survivor 1. Capcom, yo, why did you make this? This is Code Veronica, but in a sort of like rail shooter kind of like style game, from what I understand. But yeah, you know I've got to make a video on this. Go check out my Gun Survivor 1 video that I did. Yeah, I mean, yo, if it's anything like the first game, it's going to be shitty, and you're going to love the video, I'm sure. One thing I love about this is, look at this front cover. That is arguably the best front cover in any Resident Evil game I've seen so far. Shame the game doesn't live up to the front cover. That zombie looks, look at that. Look at it, that is a dope zombie, yo. I mean, what a letdown. This game is another game that is just soaring astronomically in price. I think I picked it up for, I think I got it for about 34 quid. But it is up, I think, averagely about 45 now. Yeah, but it's definitely a game that's going up in price. And the last bad boy I picked up was Dino Stalker, yo. So this is also by Capcom. This is basically Gun Survivor 3. Or you could say it's Dino Crisis 4, but it's called Dino Stalker. It's essentially Gun Survivor, Dino Crisis, dinosaur rail shooter made by Capcom. Another one that I've heard's terrible. Like, I mean, come on now. If you make Gun Survivor 1 and it's terrible, you make Gun Survivor 2 and it's bad, and then you make Gun Survivor 3 Dino Stalker. And apparently this is just as bad as the others. But I've got a big like YouTube project idea where I'm going to do like horror rail games, like Resident Evil 4 on the Wii and the Dark Side Chronicles, and you know I'm going to do games like this and what other ones in there, like the House of the Dead and the Grudge game. So it's going to be like a really cool segment with like rail shooter games coming soon on the channel. So subscribe if you're going to be up for that. So some more older PlayStation goodies. The first thing I want to show you guys, I wanted one of these little bad boys for a while. It's the Equalizer Extreme. I used to have the Equalizer disc, which came with like the memory card. And to our American friends, this is kind of the equivalent of your Game Shark or your Game Genie. But this is the UK version of it. You'd put this in there and you could get thousands and thousands of different cheats on all of the old like PlayStation 1 games. This bad boy has PlayStation 2 cheats on it as well. Yes. Love this. This cost me like 20 quid, but to be honest with you, these things are kind of like obscure and kind of like, they're kind of rare, and they're going to become kind of rare and hard to get hold of. As the older the PlayStation 1 becomes, the harder these little things are going to be to find. And this just brings me back to nostalgia. I used to remember, you know, using things like the Equalizer and all those like kind of like little cheat cartridges you used to get back in the day on the PS1. You know, just to have a bit of fun, you know, get like infinite lives or all the weapons unlocked in Resident Evil with infinite ammo straight away in the chest or whatever it is. But yeah, I just wanted to play with one of these. I thought, yo, that'd be really cool. Next up, I got from a local charity shop is Nier. Now, I don't know if this game's sort of like related to the Nier Automata and all those like RPGs, but this looks kind of damn cool, I'm not going to lie. Yo, it is another RPG. I got this for like £1, yo. It was £1 in a fucking charity shop, and I think it goes for like 25-30 quid, so I was like, oh cool, yeah, I'll pick that up. I mean, I do love a good like RPG, and you know, I've never really delved into this Nier sort of like series. I know it's sort of like, I think it's some sort of like the Wild Ends post-apocalyptic kind of like RPG. It sounds really cool. My friend's into the Nier series, but you know, in the comment section down below, let me know guys what this bad boy's like. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it the old thumbs up, share it around, subscribe, click that notification bell, because every month I'm going to be showing you guys all of the awesome video games that I've been picking up, and I usually pick up a big bundle of really cool games, normally like horror and old school like PlayStation stuff. In the comment section down below, I want to know from you guys out there, what was the best thing that I purchased in this video in your opinion, and also what have you guys out there been picking up, playing, you know, and what have you been enjoying this month. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next month, guys.